So I'm going to go start off by the piston. We're going to take File, Save As, Save a Copy As, STL. We don't need that. We do need connecting rod is going to be special in crankshaft. So we open up our hit cancel. Go to our full engine. Let's save this thing. It's asking me, do you want to add the save for the lower crankcase? We do. We're going to open up the upper and lower crankcase. So lower crankcase, upper crankcase. And I'm going to File, Save As, Save a Copy As, STL. File, Save As, Save a Copy As, STL. And then we make a special assembly to print the crankcase or crankshaft and rod. So I'm going to place the crankshaft in, and I'm going to ground him. And I'm going to place my connecting rod. We're going to place two of those in there. And we're going to constrain this axis to this axis. Cancel, actually. Control Z. Y. Constrain. We're going to use insert just like we did last time. 0.05. 005. Same thing here. And then, most importantly, we are going to flush this to this and these to this. That guarantees that we'll have a flat printing surface for this to actually run on. Notice the connector rod is slightly tapered. If we tried to print those tapered in the middle, it wouldn't look right. It wouldn't print right. But now having these flat should let it print perfectly fine. So File, Save As, Save a Copy As, Crank Assembly. Let's open up prusaslicer, and let's see how this all gets laid out. Now, odds are something places are not going to fit right. What we'll do is we'll take the pieces that do fit, declare those perfect, and then adjust the other parts to fit. Like, I'm not sure if the crank is going to work. I'm not sure if the piston is going to fit properly with the engine, but I'm fairly certain the crankcases will work. So we're going to add, and we're going to go over to 3D Engine and select all these things. And we're going to hit that. And we want to orient this. So we're going to take and place on face. I think we want to print this guy upside down. We want to print this upside down. This we want to print on this flat plane. And this we would like to print on its back. Let's rearrange this. We also need to duplicate the piston because we need two of those. So let's take a look and look for overhangs. We're going to go to the analysis view. And we see just a little overhang where those screws are. That's really printing in nothing, but it might be okay. We have some overhang for the screw holes, but I think we'll get away with it. If not, obviously, we could go and set a new version of this up with those things fixed. But this is a good starting point. We have our piston or engine. It's a 5-hour print. And what will happen is we'll print this. We'll hope that these guys break away. So in fact, let's inspect that. I'm going to hit 1 to look straight down on it. I'm going to zoom in. So I'm looking at this joint right here. And let's see how it looks. We got a while to go before we fit to it. And I'm not seeing much of a gap. So in fact, I can already see that we're going to have to redesign this a little bit, because I'm definitely not getting enough space around this to have it separate, because it's not treating there. Let's try print settings, detect thin walls, and see if that fixes the problem. It might fix it, but I'm not having high hopes. Nope. So that should go up. There should be a gap. Yeah. This should not be continued there. So we need to go and change the tolerances on our crankshaft. Let's take care of that in the next video.